Senator Brown.
Thank you, Madam Acting Deputy President. And before I start my contribution here today, I would like to just take up one point of Senator Rennick's contribution, and that is about teachers. Here we have a former teacher right here in Senator O'Neill, who is a very good teacher, and I also would like to say on behalf of all teachers out there, I'm sure they can, Senator Rennick. I want to draw to the Senate's attention to the plight of Tasmania when it comes to the attention of this government, the Morrison government, because it has become sadly clear that Tasmanians are being overlooked and left behind by Mr Morrison. There are a litany of broken promises, job opportunities missed, and people and businesses doing it tough who have been abandoned and left behind by this Prime Minister. It's become a story of a flood of dollars for mates on the mainland compared with a trickle of cents for those in need in Tasmania. When it comes to his own backyard, the Prime Minister, Mr Morrison, had no difficulty in finding the funds, the money needed to build the second airport in Sydney. Off the back, mind you, and I know the Madam Acting Deputy President will know this as she is from New South Wales, but off the back of a dodgy land deal. Mr Morrison has no trouble splashing cash on his mates, but when it comes to investing in or supporting jobs in Tasmania, all we get is spin and re-announcements with next to no substance. In fact, the Liberals have repeatedly dangled projects like a new bridge across the Tamar in front of Tasmanians. Yet, time and again, budget after budget, they have failed to stump up any substantial investment to actually deliver on their promises.
Shame.
It's all smoke and mirrors. And I'm glad Senator Dunham is in the chamber, because I know he knows only too well how this is spot on. It is all about stunts and re-announcement and spins. Exactly. Promises left unfilled and opportunities missed, because this government repeatedly leaves Tasmanians off the map. It's a speech you should be given, because you know it's correct, Senator Dunham.
Order.
So
Order. Could I please ask senators to direct their comments, not a talk across the chamber? Yes, thank you.
My apologies, Madam Acting Deputy President. Tasmania is well behind the 8 ball in the development of a clean energy hydrogen production and export industry at Bell Bay, because this government and this Prime Minister are long on rhetoric and short on actual delivery.
Absolutely.
They failed to make a commitment towards this important new industry for northern Tasmania at the last election, and whilst they like to make supportive noises, and as they have done in the past on many projects, they make the noises, they talk about support, but they have continued to fail when it comes up to stumping up any actual investment. This failure has real-world, tangible impact. We have the potential, with the right investment from the federal government, to create well-paid, secure, decent manufacturing jobs in northern Tasmania, but this government and this Prime Minister simply aren't interested. When it comes to rorting taxpayers' money and securing dodgy land deals for mates in his own backyard, this Prime Minister can't sign up quickly enough. But when it comes to actually investing in creating jobs in places like Tasmania, He's nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. And Tasmania desperately needs more jobs. Good jobs. Secure jobs. Jobs with higher wages. Because with higher unemployment and lower wages, a greater proportion of people and businesses in Tasmania are reliant on JobKeeper and JobSeeker than the nation as a whole. Yet next month, Mr Morrison, this government, is proposing to abandon these people and businesses by ending JobKeeper and axing the coronavirus supplement. The government claims it will have something to announce. We've heard that before, but this is what the government's saying. The government claims it will have something to announce regarding JobSeeker prior to the end of the supplement. Sadly, the many thousands of Tasmanians who rely on this payment to make ends meet and put food on the table are now used to this government stringing them along until the last possible minute. There is no way to give people the certainty they need to help them secure a job. No way to treat people who, through no fault of their own, have found themselves without a job or not enough hours of work because of the impacts of this pandemic. We also know that many tourism, travel, creative and events businesses and workers in these industries are continuing to struggle with international borders set to remain closed for some time and the continuing impact of capacity restrictions. Just this week, the Tourism Export Council released figures showing that domestic travel has replaced less than 20% of the revenue received from international visitors. In fact, 55% of tourism businesses exposed to the international market will not survive till September without some kind of government support. And yet, as it has done to unemployed Australians, the government has failed to communicate with businesses in the tourism industry
Order,
about
Senator
any
Brown.
plan.
It being 2 p.m, we'll go to
He's got
questions
no idea
without notice.